Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks State of the World on Friday, June 11, 2021. What is it? Not very good. Coronavirus is still with us, reigning supreme, and many people have been vaccinated in the U.S. and in the wealthy countries, but the poor countries, like in Africa, they very few. President Biden is at a G7 conference now in Europe, and he has pledged 500 million vaccine doses. And the G7, I think they pledging 1 billion. However, we have 6 billion people in the world, so that's not going to cut it. Still a problem with the waiver for intellectual property rights by the pharmaceuticals. Don't understand that at all, since the wealthy countries paid for the research, development, testing, manufacturing, distribution of this vaccine by the various companies that have manufactured it successfully. So why do they get intellectual property rights, and why do they get anything? The money, there should be no money, it should be free because it's a pandemic, and any money that comes in should be going to the countries that paid for its development. So I don't understand. Okay, so now, in addition, uh, President Biden said that no strings attached to vaccine donations, but Venezuela is blocked from getting any. Why is that? None of the doses would be going to Venezuela, which is under U.S. sanctions. Venezuela's foreign minister said the decision demonstrates Washington's continued hatred towards the Venezuelan people. I wonder if that has anything to do with Venezuela had a socialist government and a socialist leader, and that leader has passed away. So it's it seems that we have to make changes to allow Venezuela to get vaccines that they need. Remember, one person has the virus, it spreads all over. So let's not demonize Venezuela. If you want to put sanctions on someone, how about Saudi Arabia? They still stone women to death, and they kill their people. And how about sanctions on Israel, which is terrible in its treatment of the Palestinians? So why Venezuela? I don't know. Very strange. So someone's going to change that, I hope. But we shall see. Now, also, we have found out that the Trump administration has secretly seized private data from 2 Democratic lawmakers using their Justice Department at the time. So the administration of Trump subpoenaed and seized data of 2 prominent Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell, as well as their staff, aides, and family members, including a minor. That's very bad use of power. So I don't know. That also Trump also seized records from reporters at the Washington Post, New York Times, and CNN, all organizations that he hates. So now, why don't we seize Trump's records? Now, more news. Undercover Israeli forces kill 3 Palestinians in the West Bank in a West Bank raid. They went in dressed as Palestinians in a pre-dawn undercover raid. The Israelis were dressed to look like Palestinians. The dead included 2 military intelligence officers with the Palestinian Authority. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas condemned what he called a dangerous Israeli escalation. Israeli forces also raided the headquarters of the Palestinian Union of Health Workers Committee on Wednesday and ordered the group's Ramallah office to remain closed 6 months. Amnesty International warned Israel's action could have catastrophic consequences for Palestinians needing health care. So why is Israel doing this? We give Israel about $4 billion a year, which they use to buy our weapons. I don't understand why we let Israel get away with this. Now, it has been disclosed a shocking video showing Israeli guards brutally assaulting Palestinian prisoners. Okay. Haaretz has published shocking video of Israeli prison guards brutally kicking, punching, and beating shackled Palestinians inside a prison in the Negev desert in 2019. It's very sad. Now, the Israeli human rights group B'Tselem, BTSELEM, said today, the case proves yet again that Palestinian victims of violence by Israeli security forces cannot achieve justice via Israeli systems and can hope to do so only in international court. No Israeli guards faced charges over the assault. The warden on duty was later promoted. Sounds like our situation here with the way police officers in America are treated when they kill a black or brown person. Now, a Republican lawmaker in Oregon was expelled for helping armed protesters enter the state capitol. That is good. They did something. This occurred before the January 6th insurrection here at the Capitol. And then now, meanwhile, 6 California men, including a former police chief, have been indicted on federal conspiracy charges for their role in the January 6th insurrection in Washington. Several of the men are connected to the far-right group 3%ers movement. That's really sad. All right, now the country's falling apart. Now in Texas, a sheriff deputy placed on leave for tasering a teenage Honduran asylum seeker. I'm surprised they placed him on leave. Are they going to charge him? I don't know. He tasered a 16-year-old Honduran asylum seeker at the Southwest Key Casa Blanca shelter in San Antonio last year. Why? So he got put on leave? I don't understand how these people get away with it. It's the KKK is coming back in the form of white police officers harassing asylum seekers. All right. Now Puerto Rico, we had the what do you call it? The Hurricane Maria, which devastated Puerto Rico, and their electric power grid was in deep trouble. And then what happened later, that it was decided to privatize the electrical power grid in Puerto Rico, and a private U.S. and Canadian company called Luma Energy took over management of the island's electric grid from the Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority. I guess that's not going too well, because apparently an electrical substation failed. There was a fire, and a massive blackout came that's soon after. So that's not going too well. There's also a problem in Puerto Rico with money management by U.S. Companies trying to help them, but earning a lot of money in the process. Various companies abusing their power there, take advantage of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico needs help. Get them some help. Puerto Rico is a territory, and the Puerto Ricans are, they're not citizens, but they're, I guess they're like permanent residents. Okay, now, something has come to light in the news is that Germany has apologized for its 1904 to 1908 genocide in Namibia. So that was over 100 years ago. Apparently, Germany was trying to have a colony in Africa and I guess they did for a while, but they, in the process of acquiring a colony and managing it, they end up killing a lot of the people, who of course are black. So, anyway, that's what's going on there. Not very good. Okay, now, how about a little song, a little music? How about? Oh, that's a good question. Okay, all right. I'm gonna sing a song called uh, ooh, the thoughts I think, the dreams I dream are all of thee. My chosen love, my sole delight, be true to me. Thou shouldst grow forever fonder. Had I the power to gain my desire, I ne'er from thee would wander. Okay, it's a very old song. I don't know who wrote it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Friday, June 2021, for another meeting of Caroline Speaks State of Our World. Hope you maybe learned a little something, and hope you will stay safe, wear a mask, go and out when you have to, practice social distancing when the vaccine is available for you, and it's safe for you to take it. I think you should take it. I had my vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, on May 27th, so it's 2 weeks in a day. So I'm supposed to say I'm all protected now. So thank you for tuning in. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. See you tomorrow, I hope. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay.